So in the case of a balanced diet, this is something you have studied in your high school classes, maybe in your plus 2 class also. Even from primary class onwards, you may be studying what is a balanced diet. Okay, so you know what is exactly a balanced diet. Please. In the last year also we have studied the same thing. Also will be coming here, because you can see that there is balanced diet, RDA, and many portions that you are studying here is basically a repetition of what you have studied in 5th sem. This is not my problem, it is a problem of the university. Maybe because I think nearly 25% of the topic may be repetition. So this is a great mistake, but still you have to study, so that I may not be spending too much time, but still I will be repeating. So in the use of balanced diet, it is something that fulfills your nutritional needs. That is, it is something that gives you everything you needed for a proper life. So that is what is mean by a balanced diet. And it should include a sufficient quantity of carbohydrates, sufficient quantity of proteins, lipids, vitamins and minerals. So it is basically a diet that gives you all the basic needs or basic requirements of your body. That is known by the name balanced diet. So people can get nutrients and calories they need and avoid eating junk food or food without nutritional value. So that is the idea regarding the balanced diet. It should be able to meet all the basic nutritional requirements of the person. Then only we can call it as a balanced diet. And normally in a balanced diet, we have to include 5 different types of food items. On it, there should be a sufficient amount of vegetables. There should be enough amount of fruits. There should be grains, and there should be different type proteins should be there, and dairy means basically milk products should be also there. So this is the 5 different groups of food items that should be present in a balanced diet. So balanced diet is basically something that gives you all the nutritional requirements your body is requiring. Now there is another related term that is known by the name recommended dietary allowance. Actually, this is a concept developed by the Food and Nutritional Board of National Research Council or National Academy of Science in USA. So it is their term known as recommended dietary allowance. It is also somehow related with the balanced diet. It is mean that estimated amount of nutrient or calories per day considered necessary for maintenance of good health. That is how much amount of nutrients or how much amount of calories your body is requiring in a day to maintain a good health. That concept is known by the name RDA. So it will be giving you a calorie value. This much calories needed by a person in a day. So that is the idea regarding the RDA, how much amount of calorie your body is requiring, your body is needed in a day for maintaining good health or a proper health. Now what we have to focus is mainly on the different factors which are coming under the RDA. There is one, these are the 6 different types of factors which are influencing RDA. So RDA is basically a calorie requirement. How much calorie your body is requiring in a day is known by the name recommended dietary allowance. There are several factors which are controlling dietary allowance. First one is the sex. Sex means whether you are a male or you are a female. That is the item that is a point that is coming under the term sex. So generally the muscle weight of a man will be far higher than the muscle weight of a woman, because if you compare the skeletal mass or the amount of skeletal muscle in the body of a male and the body of a female, the males should generally have a higher body mass or higher muscle mass, and because of that they need more energy, they need more nutrients or more calorie. So that is why the men has to eat more to maintain a proper health. And if women are eating the same quantity that a man is taking, you will feel more obese, or you will become more chubby, fat in your later life. The second factor is age. Adult men and women require nutrients for maintenance, whereas infants and children require it for growth and maintenance. So, in the case of a child or in the case of a children, up to a certain age, for example, normally we can say that up to the age of 25, both man and women are growing. After a period of 25, our growth stops. So below that age, your body, you will be utilizing the nutrients mainly for two purposes. One is for growth of the body and another is for maintenance of the body. But after the age of 25, there is no, the growth will be completely stopped. So whatever that you are eating will be mainly used for maintenance. So if you are consuming as much food that you are taking right now after a period of 25, then what happens is that your body will be converting this excess food into fat, and your body become more obese or more fat, or so that is what is happening in the case of most of the adult. So in the case of adult, the nutrients are mainly used for maintenance of the body. In the case of infants or babies and children, they will be used mainly for two purposes. One is growth of the body. To increase the body mass, it will be used. And so nutrient requirements of childhood are therefore will be higher compared with the nutritional requirements of a man, of an adult person. Second is body weight. Among adult requirements are related to body weight and size. Some people will be having a higher body weight. For example, if your body weight is 60, 70 or 80, then that will be determining how much amount of nutrients your body is requiring. Some people will be genetically more taller, so that they will be having higher body weight, and that means they will have to eat more. Some will be having a shorter height, so normally they may not be requiring so much nutrients to keep that size or that height of the body or size of the body. So depending on the weight of the person, the nutritional requirements of the person can vary. Another factor is the physiological state. There are different type of physiological phase, especially in the case of women: menstruation, pregnancy, lactation, and during these times of the requirements, nutritional requirements will be slightly higher than the nutritional requirements at other times of the body. So this is another factor that will be controlling how much amount of nutrients you should be taking during your various types of pregnancy or lactation. During those times also, heavier requirements of nutrients are needed. Then, for example, in the case of sports person or athletes, they are also physically involved in lot of physical activity or muscular activity, and lot of energy or calorie will be utilized or wasted during those process. And because of that, they have to eat more food, sometimes 2 to 3 times the normal times that they are eating when they are actively involved in some kind of physical activity or sports activity. Then physical activity, in case of physical activity, you can see that sedentary person needs much less nutrient than a moderate to severe. For example, if you are doing an office job, like you are sitting before a computer and most of the time you are working by sitting on a chair, and you compare your dietary, your nutritional requirement with somebody who is working on the field, like a farmer or a manual laborer, they will be most of the time doing some kind of hard work or physical work. They require more energy, so more nutrients. They have to eat more to maintain their health as well as to get enough energy for their work. If that much amount of food will be consumed or taken by someone who is sitting in a chair most of the time, that person become obese. So the amount of fat in their body will be increasing. So physical activity is another factor that is controlling. If you are physically involved in some activity, you are doing lot of manual work, physical work, or sports activity, then you have to eat more. Your calorie requirement will be higher. Then environment. Environment is another factor, like extremes of climate or high altitude alters the need for certain nutrients. For example, if you are living in a colder climate, then you have to eat more, because a part of your energy will be utilized by your body to convert it into heat. So if you are living in a colder area like UK or Iceland or Norway or Sweden, etc., or Russia, part of Russia, or you go to the southern side of the world, in every area, if you are living in a colder climate, your body will be converting certain quantity of your nutrients or calorie into heat energy. So otherwise you cannot survive there. So your body will be converting a part of your calorie or part of your nutrients into heat energy to maintain the overall health, overall temperature of your body at 37 degrees centigrade. Then only you have to eat more, or you have to take more nutrients. Otherwise you will become more pain after a certain way. So this is another factor that will be controlling your energy requirement or your new requirements for nutrients. So here you can see that basically recommended dietary allowance is a term introduced by the Food and Nutritional Board of US government, that basically say that how much amount of calorie or how much nutrients you should be taking in a day. That is basically a recommended dietary allowance. You can also call it a recommended daily allowance. So that way also some people are telling it. So it is a recommended dietary allowance or recommended daily allowance. How much calorie you should be taking in a day. Now another concept is the BMR. BMR is basal metabolic rate. So BMR is the number of calories your body needs to fulfill the most basic functions of your body. That is the BMR, or the most basic or most basal what are the basic functions of your body, like respiration, circulation, excretion, movement. So these are the basic functions of your body. So in order to maintain that basic functions of your body will be requiring certain quantity of calorie or certain amount of energy. Without that, your body cannot remain alive. So these are the basic functions of your body. In order to maintain those basic functions, you need certain amount of energy. And that energy is known by the name BMR or basal metabolic rate. One popular method to estimate the BMR is going by Harris-Benedict formula. This is how the Harris-Benedict formula is coming. We are utilizing the weight of the person, height of the person, age of the person, and also gender. So there is a formula here that by utilizing this formula, we can find out the BMR of a person. And also the BMR of men and women will be slightly different. And in your mobile also you can get thousands of apps. If you check BMR app, that will immediately bring you an app. And if you put your height, weight, etc., that will be showing what is your BMR. Now, normally the BMR for a woman should be 1100, and BMR for a man should be 1400. So that is the ideal. So it should not be less than 1100 for a woman, and for men it should not be less than. So if it is below that 1400, you can also calculate that by going to this formula. We can find out, or you can use any BMR up. So that will be also working on the same mathematical calculation. So if your BMR is less than this figure, it shows that you are underweight. Or so that way you can. So what is the importance of BMR is that BMR will be giving you an idea of how healthy or how obese or how much your body has excess fat. So that is the importance of BMR. It is a way of checking how active, how healthy, how much your body is in a good health. So these are the important utility of calculating the BMR. Then there is another is calorie intake and expenditure. There is a term known as calorie equation. Calorie equation, there is a weight gain or weight loss is determined by calorie equation. So what is a calorie equation? For example, if your calorie intake exceed your calorie expenditure, you will be increasing in your weight. So that formula is known as a calorie equation. That is, you are taking lot of calorie, and for example, you are taking 1000 calories, and you are only utilizing 800 calories. What our body will be doing with the 200 calories? The body will be converting that 200 calories into fat, and your fat will be increasing, and so that your body weight will be increasing after a while. So this is known as a calorie equation. Basically, it says that if calorie intake is increasing, is exceeding the calorie expenditure, your body will be increasing in weight or gaining in weight. On the other hand, if calorie intake is less than the calorie expenditure, then you will be, for example, your body requires 1000 calories in a day, but you are only getting 750 calories. What our body will be doing? This 250 calorie it will be taking from the fat stored in your body. When there is no longer fat, it will be converting your muscle, part of your muscle into muscle and other proteins into the energy. So slowly your body becomes very tired and very lean or very skinny. So that is what is happening if your calorie equation is not maintained. So calorie intake is less than the calorie and expenditure, we are losing our weight. So that is what is happening. Then, so in order to maintain a normal weight or a stable weight, you have to maintain that your calorie intake and your calorie expenditure should be in an optimum way. That is, how much and a calorie. If you are taking 1000 calorie, you have to spend 1000 calorie, so that there is no further increase in body weight. That is why people are going to exercise session in gym and other area when they think that they are not involved in enough amount of physical activity. So by going to gym or by engaging in walking or by doing some kind of sports activity, you are simply burning out your excess energy. So that this equation will be always maintained. So maintaining this equation is very important, because what is more important in life is always keeping your health. Money may be needed for some things in your life, but health is the most important thing, and if you lose your health, then everything is lost. So maintaining the health in an ideal situation, optimum situation, is therefore very important. So calorie intake, all food contains calorie. Then our calorie intake is simply the total calories contained in the food. For example, if you check most of the food products, they will be showing how much calorie it will be giving. For example, you are drinking one glass or one packet of fruit juice. If you next time when you buy a fruit juice packet, just check how much calorie it is giving. So 100 ml will be giving this much calorie. They have checked it properly, scientifically. So that will give you a calorie intake. So then calorie expenditure. Basically, there are three ways by which we are utilizing or we are burning out our calories. One is the basal metabolic rate. What is the basal metabolic rate? As I told you earlier, basal metabolic rate is simply the energy needed by your body for performing the most basic life-sustaining function. Basic life-sustaining function means respiration, circulation, excretion, and the movement. These are the basic life-sustaining function. For that, our body will be requiring a certain amount of energy. So here you can see that our BMR rate will be accounting for 60% of your calorie. So that if you are taking 1000 calorie, 600 calories will be utilized by your body for your BMR, maintaining your BMR. So the basal metabolic rate is the amount of energy or calories our body consumed while at rest. That is, you are not doing any active work. You are simply staying at home or sitting or sometimes lying or without not doing any hard activity. Then your body will be spending certain amount of energy. That energy is basically used for maintaining your respiration, maintaining your circulation, maintaining your excretion, and maintaining other basic activities of your body. That will be contributing 60% of your calorie requirement, and that is known as the one source of calorie expenditure. So basal metabolic rate varies according to the genetic and physiological factor. Some people will be, you might have noticed that some people are always very skinny, they are very lean, they will be eating 2 times or 3 times what you are eating, but they are not increasing in their body weight. What is that? There are certain genetic factors in which their body will be have a higher metabolic rate. If a person has a higher basal metabolic rate, then even if they are eating a lot, their body will not be increasing in body weight, because most of the energy will be utilized for this BMR activity, so that their body weight is not increasing. So that is the factor why some people always stay very lean and some people get very fat even if they are not eating much. So it depends on the basal metabolic. Here you can see that 60% of the body weight of a person is actually contributed, or actually energy that we are taking is actually used for BMR activity. So a person with a high BMR means they need more energy, they need more nutrients. A person with a low BMR means they need less energy, and if a person with a low BMR is eating more, then they will certainly get fat. So this is a factor that. Then second is how much physical activity you are involved. Your physical activity is contributing 30%. So this is something that means if you are eating, that is 60% is utilized by BMR. 30% is controlled by or utilized by physical activity. So even if you are involved in lot of physical activity, if your BMR is very low, still that is contributing 60%. By engaging in physical activity, you can only burn out around 30% of the calorie. So the rest will be converted into the rest is actually utilized by the BMR activity. Then another is dietary thermogenesis. That is, this is the calories that we burn as we digest food. It accounts for 10% of the total calorie we are spending. That is how much calorie that we are utilizing for producing heat. Thermo means temperature, heat. Genesis means production. So dietary thermogenesis means about 10% of your calorie will be utilized by your body for producing heat. So that is the dietary thermogenesis. So there are 3 ways by which your body is utilizing your calorie. One is to maintain the BMR, which goes 60%. Other is to engage in some physical activity, which will be contributing 30%. And third factor is thermogenesis, that is producing heat. That is why when you are living in a colder country or colder area, you have to eat a little extra. Otherwise, if you are not eating that little extra, your body will not be getting enough amount of energy for producing heat. So that is the problem. That is why people in colder countries always eat a little more than people living in a warmer country. So these are the ideas regarding the various types of things that you have to study. Then we have one more, that is a healthy eating pyramid. I think we will take that in our next class. So today we will be just focusing on only 3 areas: balanced diet. I think I have explained RDA. Then BMR also we have explained. Then BMI we will be taking in another class, and along with that we will be also studying what do you mean by the healthy eating pyramid. So today we will be stopping at this point.